appreciate all that she does.
Jones family ownership of the Cowboys bought it in 1989. 3 Super Bowls. One of them coached by Barry Switzer, who's also in attendance. As I said, a lot of folks here tonight. Aubrey, the touchback.
All right, let's take a look at our next gen stats powered by AWS. What a battle we've got going on the outside. One of the best, Lane Johnson, going against one of the best in Micah Parsons. And you can see 2 pressures in this matchup, 1 sack already. But what makes it really interesting is that typically the last 3 games, Micah Parsons lined up over the right tackle only 22% of the time. Tonight, 83%, a big switch for the Cowboys and for Micah Parsons.
And an early start by Parsons on cue. He was so excited by the stats you read there, Chris. He wanted to add to them.
Defense, offside number 11, unimpeded to the quarterback. 5 yards, first down.
Melissa Stark.
Mike, I talked to Eagles head coach Nick Sirianni at the half. He said, offensively, we're moving the ball pretty well. We just have to finish drives. Defensively, he said, we have to get after the quarterback. He has too much time to throw. We need to confuse him. His message at halftime, if we score on this drive, it is a brand new game. And an injury update. Safety Reed Blankenship. He was evaluated for that concussion in the first half. He's out for the game.
All right, Melissa, that's a big loss for the Eagles secondary. There's a carry for Swift for 7. And that gets Philadelphia first down to get this drive going. Now at the 37-yard line, Sirianni and the Eagles 176 yards in the first half. So they moved the ball, just not getting the touchdowns, which Chris talked about at the beginning.
But the big plays come when they start running the ball effectively.
And goes Swift again on the runs. That's 2 runs by Swift here to start the second half. He only had 4 in the first half as a Cowboy is injured after that play. And the athletic training staff out to check on him. First down.
Mike, it's going to be really interesting right now because for the Dallas Cowboys, trying to stop the run was such a problem last year that they went out in the first round and drafted Mozzie Smith. Good idea. He was an excellent run defender, won Defensive Player of the Year at Michigan, all the above. So far, he has not been effective for the Dallas Cowboys in stopping the run. As a matter of fact, we have him as the lowest graded run defender, so a big change here.
A.J. Brown with the pressure on. Gilmore knocks it out. It's free, and the Cowboys come up with it. The Stephon Gilmore, A.J. Brown battle's been going on all night, and Gilmore, the twice Super Bowl champ, forced that one out. And Clark has it for the Cowboys.
Now you see why he was the former Defensive Player of the Year, surefire Hall of Famer, and Stephon Gilmore now, for the 2nd straight week, has been dominant against the other team's best big receiver. What a night he's having out here tonight.
Great call on the field there. And Chris, you mentioned his name earlier, Al Harris, the coach of those defensive backs. This group has really forced a bunch of turnovers.
I'm going to let this play run. I'll tell you a story about Al Harris.
Good. Stand by for story time. Dak and the Cowboys offense get it back at the 37. Pollard. Nothing. Story.
So I talked to Al Harris on the field before the game. I've known him forever. He was playing Green Bay, had the big play against Hasselbeck, the whole thing in the playoff game, right? So I said, okay, man, come on. You got to tell me, how you doing this?
Yeah.
So last year, Trayvon Diggs, he's, you know, all the interceptions, all the plays. Deron Bland this year, 5 pick sixes. It's crazy. Because I don't teach any scheme. None. 0. I don't even teach it. All I do is I teach them to watch these wide receivers. We pick up every nuance of these wideouts. We know what they're going to do, and we act on it.
Dak, deep shot, downfield. CeeDee Lamb couldn't hang on. Sidney Brown over there at the last second to get in the way.
Ooh, that was a bit of a game changer right there. Big time play that time by Sidney Brown, who we've seen him make some big plays out and around the line of scrimmage. But this time back is the free safety and got his hand right in there and probably saved a touchdown. That's a big time play. A lot of people were calling for Sidney Brown early in the year this year. They wanted to see him out there. He can make some flashy plays. You saw one right there.
His brother Chase, twin brother, had a big touchdown for the Bengals in their win against the Colts today. 3rd and 9. Prescott is protected. He's got Pollard, but is thrown out of bounds by James Bradbury. So in a sudden change situation, the Eagles defense forces the stop as Hankins, with that right shoe off, is being carted back for further medical examination. And the Cowboys do something they haven't done since Thanksgiving. Punt.
Everything since Thanksgiving, really?
Yeah, 17 days. They didn't punt in the Seattle game. They had the break and all that stuff. So.
Really?
What do you think? I'm making stuff up over here?
I do sometimes, so maybe.
Britton Covey is a good return man. He's back deep. Angers had a fabulous year. His net punting is 2nd in the league, 45.5 yards. Hangs it high. Covey's going to take it after a 49-yard kick and get something out of it. At the 25-yard line, he's knocked out of bounds there by Luke Schoonmaker, the rookie tight end. A three-peat in the Texas State Championship. There are 4 consecutive triple headers: Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. All the classes of Texas football. State title right here in Jerry World. Hurts needs a big start here. Devontae Smith couldn't get it, and Gilmore was right there again.
Stephon Gilmore tonight has been really special against one of the absolute best players in the NFL, and A.J. Brown. But so far, Brown has had a few moments, but for the most part, it has been Gilmore making the plays in the key moments. And I'm not saying this game would be tied up or anything, but it would be closer than it is now, but for what Stephon Gilmore has been doing.
12th year in the league, 33 years old. Inside run. Those runs keep working here as Swift takes it to the 31-yard line. Donovan Wilson, the tackle.
Yeah, it won't be just the Philadelphia Eagles. Now, the Eagles are in a tough spot here because they're trailing and all that.
Right.
But the rest of the season, and we have to see Jonathan Hankins, just how healthy he is. But that's going to be significant. Not here. Now they've got the pass rushers in the game.
Fowler, Lawrence. Parsons lining up on the inside.
Now they've got A.J. against Jordan Lewis.
Here they come with a blitz. Hurts gets rid of it quick and complete. There's the value of that pressure. He had a bail as he threw. It's incomplete, and the Eagles will go 3 and out for the second time in 3 drives.
Great job by Dan Quinn. No fear whatsoever. Let's go attack them here. We're going to blitz both guys, and the bad snap off to the side for Jalen Hurts almost eliminated that play before it got started.
Braden Mann has not punted one yet. First time he came out, he threw it to Olamide Zaccheaus for a completion. This time he will kick it away. Try to keep it away from a good return man, and Turpin, who makes a fair catch. Ball hits somebody there. It's in the 35-yard line. There's a flag thrown. They say that it was kick-catch interference, which we thought we had once earlier this season. Could be illegal touching as well. Let's see who ends up touching it. Yep. So Josh Jobe, one of the top special teamers, the gunner, was in there. Didn't give Turpin room to catch it. And the conversation is sorted out and see where the ball will be. It happened at the 30. And here's John Hussey.
Fair catch interference. Kicking team. Number 28. That 15-yard penalty will be.
And sing the national anthem.
That's right. Dak Prescott's pass here is incomplete, intended for CeeDee Lamb.
He was good. That was probably the most nervous I was all year when he was singing the national anthem.
That was the first thing we did all year.
Yeah, it was. I don't get nervous watching football players, right? But watching a football player sing the national anthem, I mean, I could feel myself like
come on, get
harmonizing. You know, like it was good. Though. It was good.
He was. He worked so hard at it, and it was a part of the Hall of Fame induction weekend to get the season started in Canton. Swing out here is broken up, trying to get it to Pollard, and that time it was Milton Williams coming off the line. So this Eagles defense drive stop when Dallas got it to start this third quarter and trying to do it again here, Chris, on 3rd and 10.
You don't end up 10-2 if you're not a really, really good football team, right? This defense of the Eagles now responding here in the second half. If they can get off the field again here, it just shifts to the offense to perk up and make a few plays.
The 45, Prescott in trouble. Cox lost the football. Jalen Carter, the rookie, has picked it up, and Carter will score. Game on. The veteran Fletcher Cox with a game-changing play, and the first-round pick out of Georgia makes this a 12-point game.
Well, there you go. The Philadelphia Eagles say, offense, if you can't score, we will. And Fletcher Cox, we talked about him earlier in the evening. He has been sensational. They're going back against Zach Martin, gets the ball out, and the big guy rumbles in, and now we have a game.
Might be the favorite for Defensive Rookie of the Year. Carter with the scoop. They go for one here. The extra point added on by Jake Elliott. And the Eagles defense, much maligned for the last really 10 quarters, comes up with an impact play. And who else? For the 32-year-old leader of the bunch, Fletcher Cox knocked it out. Jalen Carter took it in. The Dallas lead is now 11. Tonight, a terrific piece on Friday that our friend Craig Melvin did with Dak Prescott as well. So, covered on the Today Show. Dallas going to take over here at the 25, Chris.
One of the things when you watch the Dallas Cowboys over time is, you know, when Tyron Smith is playing left tackle, the Dallas Cowboys are simply a different football team. He has been so good this year. He's allowed 9 pressures all season, no sacks, no hits on his quarterback, and basically Dak Prescott just trusts that nobody is touching him from that left side, and certainly has been the case tonight.
And this play bounces from the left to the right, gain of about 5 for Tony Pollard. You know, we put up the lineups where we hear the players, but also at the bottom every Sunday night, it's the rankings of Pro Football Focus, and I couldn't help but notice that Tyron Smith and Tyler Smith were 1 and 1. So the left side, the two best at left tackle, left guard, right next to each other.
Yeah, and what's going to be great to watch over the years is Tyler Smith at guard against Jalen Carter. Those two guys going at it. It's going to be the next decade, just a constant great battle.
Here we go.
Carter just made the big play for this Eagles defense. Prescott scanning, escapes out to Pollard. Eagles trying to stop him, but Pollard able to keep going and get the first down out across the 35.
One of the things the Dallas Cowboys have been working on in offense during the course of practice is occasionally they'll take a play that they've run many times, and Dak will simply say, I'm going scramble drill. So we've seen it all night. He goes to 2 reads, 1 read, 2 read, and then if it's not there, he takes off, just like he did on that play. But he's calling more of those in practice now, where he's the only one that knows he's going to do it, and these receivers are better at responding now.
Out quick for the 36, Slay broke it up, intended for Michael Gallup, jumped on the inside and got that left arm in there.
We told him that we would evolve what we described him as we went along, so he's made enough plays now to go from Slay to big play Slay. So if he gets 2 interceptions, I don't even want to go there, what we've negotiated. But
don't tell him yet.
Yeah.
Slay with the pass breakup, 2nd and 10. High snap, got it down into the belly of Dowdle for 4. Here comes a 3rd down here, 3rd and a half dozen with 9:12 to go, but Dowdle slow to get up here for Dallas. And the athletic training staff waved out there to check on the 4th-year man from South Carolina.
Yeah, and here's a little bit of the battle we've been talking about over here. Got Jalen Carter going against Tyler Smith, and let's take a look at the end of this play. Rico Dowdle.
Being bent down there, Marlon Tuipulotu and Nicholas Morrow were tackling him as he was tangled from behind, and they fell on him. So Jim Moore, who's been the athletic trainer since 1988, out there with the medical teams, going head-to-head a couple of times a year at least in the NFC East. two owners are there. Dowdle walked off, by the way, under his own power, be looked at by the athletic training staff. Deuce Vaughn is inactive, so there's only one halfback for the moment for the Cowboys. That's Tony Pollard, who's in on 3rd and 6. The Eagles bring a blitz. Get to Dak. The throw caught by Ferguson. Getting away from Sidney Brown. Jake Ferguson, big run to the 27-yard line. Huge play there, 33 yards.
You hear us talking about it, but there it was, the cover 0. They're sending an all-out blitz, so Dak has to get rid of this. Purely one-on-one inside with the rookie Sidney Brown, but what a play that was by Jake Ferguson, and just in time getting that out of Dak's hand, and it missed the fingers of Sidney Brown by inches. The enforcer with another big one.
The grandson of legendary Wisconsin coach and athletic director Barry Alvarez, Jake Ferguson. It's out to Pollard on the edge to the 22-yard line. Kevin Byard, who almost got in there with the blitz on Prescott with the tackle there.
Yeah, you can see the offensive line when they want to throw that ball that quickly. Everybody cuts the guy right in front of them. And you go, why do you do that? Well, you do it so that they can't knock down the pass. If you're lying on the ground, you can't bat that pass up in the air and create an issue.
Halfway through the 3rd.
Here we go. Right there.
Elam in motion, taking on the end around. Strung out by the Eagles. Zach Cunningham, as you saw the flag fly in, is over there to make the tackle. And Zach Martin slow to get up for Dallas. Their tremendous 6-time All-Pro guard who missed a week 3, with an ankle injury.
Personal foul, clipping, number 63 of the offense. That 15-yard penalty will be enforced from the previous spot. 2nd down.
It's a big penalty on Tyler Biadasz, the center.
Terry, jump in there and tell us why that's clipping.
From what we've seen so far, I don't believe it is. He gets him on the side. Now, if he continued to roll, it would become clipping, but he doesn't roll. He gets him directly on the side. I don't see, this is not a foul. It has to be from behind for it to be clipping, or he has to roll once he hits him on the side.
Chris was just talking about the lineman cutting the defensive lineman on those swing and screen passes, just trying to get him quick and get to the edge. Ball marked at the 37 for the moment. It was communicated, make sure it's in the right spot, as it is 2nd down.
It also knocks him out of field goal range for right now.
With Aubrey, anything in the state is in range. Good news for the Cowboys. Dowdle is back in. He's going to take it on the run and get tagged there at the 34-yard line. So Dowdle feeling good, and then takes that quick pop, and will set up 3rd and long.
Boy, that was some play. That thing, you couldn't tell who it was that came up and made that hit. One of the safeties,
Brown.
I think. It was Sidney Brown. Yeah, right there. That's some of the explosiveness that all these fans got so excited about watching in preseason, early snaps, early games. That was nice.
15 for Prescott. Flag is down as Dak takes off. He's going to be hit at the 23-yard line, stop well short of the 1st down, but that flag now could impact the range of Aubrey. The flag here in the preliminary as a whole takes it back to the 43.
Holding, offense number 63. 10-yard penalty, 3rd down.
Tough drive for Biadasz. 2 flags.
Yeah, and I think Biadasz is going to get his foot stepped on in the process. The center, watch this. He and Zach Martin sort of get their legs tangled up, and in the process, Biadasz grabs the jersey of Graham and just takes him down with him.
Ball's back at the 43-yard line, 3rd and 25, and you made a great point before with Aubrey's leg. That changes your play call here.
Well, it does, and you go, all right, we want to kick it from 60 yards again, but if you miss, now you're giving them the ball in midfield.
He hasn't missed this year. 3rd and 25. Tossed to Pollard on the edge. There's the scenario you talked about. It's going to be just shy of the 40-yard line. Field goal from here is 58, 59 yards, depending on the spot. And they're going to send out Aubrey.
I mean, what a weapon, right? I mean, but it also, as great as it was when he made it,
right?
You know, you miss it here, and you've already given up a touchdown, and now they have a chance to cut it, you know, to 3 or 4 points.
Interesting, because he kicked in the USFL, and he has more kicks than anybody in the NFL. Kickoffs, field goals, and extra points, because the Cowboys score so much. He doesn't kick much during the week. They try to keep him fresh. Good from 60, now from 59. Aubrey. He's done it again. Oh, jeez. 28 of 28. That's a 59 and a 60 in the same game. Very rare air to have 2 field goals, 59 yards or more in the same game from the former soccer player.
Mike, nothing makes a head coach smarter or dumber than a kicker. You know, you run him out there and he makes 2 from that far away, you're a genius. He misses either one, you've got a problem.
I love his story, too, because he was drafted in the 1st round by Toronto FC in the MLS. Played soccer at Notre Dame, by the way, right? So Aubrey grew up in the area, grew up a Cowboys fan, but soccer really called him. And he went to a good school in Notre Dame, which is playing for the national championship, by the way, tomorrow night against Clemson in soccer. So after the MLS thing doesn't work out, a couple of years, he switches from soccer to football. He actually took a job as a software engineer before the USFL. Made everything he looked at in the USFL, and he continues here. And remember the problems the Cowboys had with Brett Maher, the kicker, last year in the playoffs. So this guy who's never kicked in college in the NFL comes in, and he doesn't miss. He's made every field goal. Great story. And he is the first player in NFL history to make 2 field goals of 59 yards or more in the same game. Kenny Hurt, our great team, coming up with that stat. Touchback here. Eagles get it at the 25 again, Chris.
All right, let's take a look at the Walmart Plus 4K Skycam and talking about little run defense here for the Dallas Cowboys. And it was right off the bat. Jalen Hurts with a tremendous run, ball knocked out. And then once again, trying to take off with their shifty quarterback, nowhere to go. Oseo Digizua going around the back door and creating issues again. So a usually dominant run game with the Philadelphia Eagles, not so much tonight.
Saw the numbers there. Hurts and the Birds take over at their own 25, down 14. Down 18 at the break. Jalen hit as he throws. A.J. Brown to the 43-yard line. Good 18-yard gain as Brown takes it out past the 40.
Yeah, starting to come with the pressure now, and I believe that was Micah Parsons. They lined up over the right guard, Cam Jurgens. So whenever they're looking for something, there are no weaknesses on this offensive line, but I think he's the one they would want to go after.
Time possession. Dallas has run 20 more plays, but this swift run gets to the 49-yard line. The stop made by Jordan Lewis.
So when you got a player like Micah Parsons, he comes up the field. So what do? Let's go hit him in the mouth a couple of times. Slow that sucker down. He's killing us out here. And so that's exactly what they do. A lot of teams do that to Micah Parsons just to try and get a couple of shots on him.
Inside run with Swift. More running here in this second half for Philadelphia. It was an issue this past week coming off the Niners game, which was one-sided, as we know, right? So you're going to throw the ball more. But, you know, Philly fans, they're not shy. So they're going to see a lot of running on this drive in the 3rd quarter. And here's our first brotherly shove of the night for Hurts. And he carries it through for the first down at the 47-yard line. So make them 27 or 29 when they'd have a yard to go and go to that play.